Good morning, everyone. All right, I wanted to follow up on our CC from yesterday on the pre-quiz and the post-learning check. So here's some results that I want to talk about. First, I want to talk about this average atomic mass question. You can do the math, but remember in CC how we talked about before you start, get kind of a guesstimate answer, right? So we have two different boron ions naturally occurring. We have one at 80% and one at about 20%, right? Just guesstimating or averaging here. So 80% is B11. You can see that its mass is 11.009, 80% of it. So when I'm thinking about my answer should be closer to 11 than to 10. Okay, so already I'm thinking closer to 11 than to 10, right? So when I go and I look at my choices down here, 10.81, 1081, 10.21, and 1021. Well, right off the bat, I should be able to say, okay, 1,000? That doesn't even make sense, right? Because the masses are only 11 and 10, so there's no way that the average can be 1,000. So we're going to get rid of those two. So then I'm with 10.81 and 10.21. Well, think about it. 80% of that sample is going to be B11. So when we average these together, what's the mass going to be closer to? 10.81 or 10.21? Well, it should be closer to 11. So before I even do my problem, I can guesstimate, okay, my answer should be closer to 11. So then go ahead and do it out. Well, remember, you have to get out of these percentages. So I always do it at the beginning. So 0.990 times 10.013 plus 8010 times 11.009. Okay, so then add those, multiply them together, add them up, and you should come up 10.81. Okay, so remember to double check. So the other questions, just looking at them. An atom of calcium has 20 protons, 20 electrons. If it loses 2, what will be the charge? Okay, well remember, 20 protons are 20 pluses, 20 electrons, 20 negatives. So right now we have a 0 charge. If it loses 2 electrons, remember electrons are a negative charge. So if it loses 2 of those, it's only going to have an 18, right? Negative 18, positive 20. So we're going to have a negative. Oh, are we going to have negative? No, we're going to have a positive 2 charge, right? So we have 2 more positives than we do negatives. So remember, the electrons are negatively charged, so losing 2 of them is going to leave us with a positive 2 charge. All right. So mass number, look here, you guys did pretty awesome with that. What is it equal to? Mass number. Remember, the only thing that has masses are protons and neutrons. Electrons do, but they're very, 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 very small. So we just consider those 0. All right. Number of neutrons in one atom of magnesium with a mass number of 24. Okay. So you have to look at your periodic table. Look at magnesium. Magnesium has an atomic number of 12. So atomic number of 12 means 12 protons. 24 minus 12 is 12. Okay, and then an atom has equal number of protons and electrons. What's its overall charge? Well, it's neutral, right? If you have the same positives as you do negative, you're going to have a 0 charge. So hopefully this review was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.